Good morning and welcome to Boys Latin's annual Veterans Day ceremony. BL has been honoring our veterans with this ceremony for over 30 years. I believe that we are only one of a few schools in this area to do that. Some schools just do Memorial Day. We kind of combine Memorial Day and Veterans Day into the same ceremony. Many of you are aware that Veterans Day was originally known as Armistice Day. This was created to mark the end of hostilities in the First World War on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918. Times changed. The United States fought in other wars. As a result, in 1954, Veterans Day was changed to honor all veterans from all conflicts. In just a minute, the middle and upper school bands are going to play a medley of songs for each branch of service in our military. When I announce the branch to be played, I would ask that you please stand if you have a family member who has served or is currently serving in that branch, or if you're a member of the audience, if you've served in the military or currently serving right now. So with that, Mr. Pisarczyk. Coast Guard. Air Force. United States Army. That's Marine Corps. Marine Corps. Now the Army. United States Navy. I always find it amazing every year when we do that to see the number of people that stand up, which really shows your connection with what we're doing today. And some of you stood up multiple times. It is extremely important that we honor all of our BL faculty, staff, and alumni who have served or are currently serving our country. We do this every year for Veterans Day, and we do it every day in the Center for Military History. For many years, we have recognized 25 young men who died while in service of our country. The number has now changed to 26. Don't be alarmed, it's not somebody that's recently died or was a recent classmate. This is a little bit different story. Several weeks ago, Mr. Kennedy from the alumni office gave me the name of another possible alum. His name is Robert E. Arnold, class of 47. Bob, as I'll call him, transferred from another high school to Boys Latin in the fall of 1946 and graduated in 47. During his brief stay here, he was the manager of the basketball and lacrosse teams and was well liked by all of his classmates. After graduation, we're not really sure what happened to him. We know that he planned to go to Western Maryland College. I looked in their records and I struck out. I really couldn't find anything about him. What we do know is that he joined the United States Navy during the Korean War. Now, the only information we have about him after that is that he died in a United States hospital in Japan in March of 1951. There is no information on cause of death. There's no information if he served on board ship or what he was actually doing. It's a real mystery. What we do know is he was brought home and buried in the National Cemetery on Frederick Road, and the service was held for only his family. So nobody from BL, as far as we know, ever knew what happened to him, and I imagine that's how he got lost. His life and memory have been forgotten now for 74 years. Bob's name will be added to the memorial in front of the Alumni House at some date, and a gold star has already been added to the memorial flag in front of the museum. Today we honor him and welcome him home. Get his picture up. And there he is. That's the only known photograph we could find. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker. Our keynote speaker today is Mr. Jeff Bowman. He enlisted in the United States Marine Corps in 2003 and served until 2007. He earned the rank of sergeant while serving in the 2nd Battalion, 6th Marines. He was deployed to Afghanistan and Iraq, I believe, twice, where his unit was engaged in heavy combat. It gives me great pleasure to introduce Mr. Bowman.
Good morning. Thank you for this assembly, and thank you for recognizing all veterans. What does it mean to be a veteran? To be honest, I think it's a silly question. Being a veteran is not one neat definition, and it's different for every one of us. But for me, after some thought, being a veteran is more about perspective and more about opportunity. Last month, I attended a memorial service for a Marine killed 20 years ago, Josh Snyder. He served in a sister company of 2-6, and I barely knew him. I wasn't sure if I should attend, but I realized I had the opportunity to go. I could make the time. There's a saying sometimes used by the military, if not me, then who? After all the typical elements of a memorial, the national anthem, flag ceremony, the speeches, I sat and talked with Josh's mother for a while. To her, those 20 years were not 20 years. It was every day for her. The conversation reminded me I have had opportunities. The opportunity to come home from my deployments, to buy a house, to marry a great girl, and to have 2 amazing sons. I also had the opportunity to attend the memorial service. Josh never got any of those opportunities, and neither did his mother. That's perspective. People don't ask about my service as much as they used to. Sometimes it seems like people forget about our past. We forget about our lessons from Iraq and Afghanistan. If it does come up, there's usually a reference to a popular movie. But as I get older and I think back on my service, I often think of the kids. I think about the kids that threw grenades at us while on patrol. Was that kid given money? Or was his family threatened? Or maybe he hated that his neighborhood was a war zone. Or the kids that rushed our Humvees asking for chocolate and water moments before a bomb detonated. Did those kids know there was an IED there? Or maybe they just really wanted chocolate. Or I think about the kids that just wanted an opportunity to go to school, an opportunity to play sports. Those kids were born into a life with no say in the matter. Those kids didn't have a choice in their parents, in their country, or in their circumstances. We don't choose our parents, our country, or our time period. We forget how fortunate we are. We forget about our opportunities. That's perspective. Everyone loves to talk about all their hard work, about all they've earned. But perspective has shown me that many of us have a life we did not earn, at least not in the way others work hard and earn their lives every day. We all won the lottery. Take a moment and think of all the opportunities you've had in your life. Think of all the opportunities you will have. I was born to a good mother, and we had food and a house. I was born in a not perfect, but amazing country. I grew up in an awesome time period. I have a supercomputer in my pocket, and I can rewatch videos of my sons just being kids. I have had so many opportunities, and many of you can say the same thing. Did we earn it? And the question that keeps me up at night as a veteran, am I earning the opportunities given to me every day? That's perspective. I had the honor and privilege of knowing and working with the greatest humans of my generation. Many who joined the military to serve and protect, many who had a calling to serve and made sacrifices for the greater good, and so many more that continue to live their lives and they never ask for recognition. Those men and women sacrificed their own opportunities to serve, and so many sacrificed all of their opportunities, like Josh. Moments in your life are not your entire life. They are moments meant to guide you. Being a veteran is something I did 20 years ago. It was a job, it was a chapter. But that chapter has given me perspective. What does it mean to be a veteran? It means that I have hope that the world continues to become a better place. I have hope that one day children are not born into awful situations. I hope that all children get their opportunity. Every single one of us has the opportunity to make a difference. And I believe that one of you here today will make a difference. That's perspective. To all the Marines, Semper Fi, and to all the veterans, thank you.
Once again, thank you, Mr. Bowman, for your perspective that only a veteran can give. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Headmaster Post.
Fellas, good morning. Please join me in thanking Mr. Maisel for his efforts and leadership in organizing today's commemoration of Veterans Day. As well, join me in thanking Mr. Bowman for his incredibly thoughtful remarks today. As Mr. Maisel referenced, we're one of the few schools in the area that takes the time on Veterans Day to acknowledge the service and sacrifice of so many. To acknowledge the service and sacrifice of those who, in many cases, never know us, will never know us, but they stand watch to protect freedoms that we enjoy, the kinds of freedoms that so often are taken for granted. Part of the beauty of Veterans Day and the incredible meaning for our school is how closely connected it is to our motto, Esse quam videri, to be rather than to seem. If you think about an effort that each of you can make to do something greater than yourself, to live for something more. And you look to veterans to see that example. That's what it means to live out our motto every day. In a moment, we'll lay a wreath in front of our alumni memorial for the now 26 Latinists and Lakers who've made the ultimate sacrifice on all of our behalf. Today and every day, let us never forget. Thank you.
This marks the conclusion of our ceremony here in the Eigelhart Center. In just a minute, you'll be dismissed. For those of you who are going to do that, we're going to go across the street in front of the Alumni House by the flagpole. That's where we have our memorial stone and our tablet. It's significant that these are the two gentlemen that are going to lay the wreath. We have a student representative in Tapley Irby. They were all students. Mr. Bowman, who's a veteran. They were all veterans. So in a second, they're going to place the wreath. We're going to have a moment of silence, and then Mr. Pisarcik will play taps. I ask that you would just stand here quietly, and then we dismiss, quietly go back to wherever you're going. Gentlemen.